Hello, my beautiful friends. I'm Haley, and I really hope you're having a great time in life. I am now in a very happy place after going through a very disturbing time in my life. Since my mental health and my marriage to Damon has improved a lot, I wanted to share my story with you guys. Don't worry, Damon gave me permission. He finds these stories hilarious and wanted me to share mine as well. He is the best. So it all began when I started to date Damon. I was fresh out of college and landed a very good job right away. Damon was one of my colleagues, and we quickly became friends. He was a few years ahead of me and helped me learn a lot at my job. He left my work a year after I joined. Damon took a great offer from another company and moved to their office. I was sad to see him go, but the first thing he did after leaving was ask me out. Guys, I was absolutely thrilled. However, he gave me a little warning after we went on a few dates. He said, "Look, Haley, I like you a lot. It took me great patience not to ask you out while I was working at my old job. I had this major crush on you and didn't know what to do. Why didn't you just ask me out then? HR wouldn't have minded if we had informed them. I wouldn't have said no either." HR is not the issue, Haley. I wasn't worried about them. It's just that I wanted to see if I could get rid of my feelings for you. You must be offended by hearing this. It's just that my mother doesn't take kindly to me having a partner. What? Why is your mom so against you dating? You don't even live with her anymore. She hates to see me or my brother Darren in a relationship. She has destroyed most of our relationships in the past. I guess she didn't want to share us with anyone else. She can be very dedicated when it comes to ruining my relationships. I lost a lot of people because of her. I wanted to be sure before pulling you into my drama. I was pretty much taken aback by what he told me. I never knew mother-in-law could be this intense. You could say that I grew up quite sheltered and was always taught to see good in people. So I didn't take Damon that seriously. However, one meeting with his family just proved his words right. Audrey, his mother, made it clear that she didn't like me. His dad, William, and brother Darren were welcoming and kind, but Audrey was very, very different. She said, "Now that you're dating my son, don't think you are at the top of the world. He has his priorities straight. Damon knows that me and his family are more important." I understand that, Audrey. I would never ask him to give me more attention. Oh, please. I have seen plenty of women like you. Why don't you just ask Damon how I saved him from his exes? I made Darren's horrible exes run away too. I won't even blink when I get rid of you. Audrey, what is wrong with you? You can't speak to Haley that way. She loves my son and he loves her too. Show her some respect. Mom, what you did wasn't something to boast about. Both me and Damon have been upset about those. Right, Damon? Yes, Mom. You know what you did wasn't right. Also, you can't just talk to Haley like that. She's a great girl and doesn't deserve your hate. I can see that Haley is already putting ideas into your head. Don't let her take you away from your mother, Damon. As for the past, you and Darren should be grateful I chased away horrible people from your lives. No one can be as important as me. I was stunned to hear Audrey speak like that. Damon, William, and Darren tried to restrain her words, but no one could stop her at all. When she took a break and went to the kitchen, William and Darren both apologized on behalf of her. They said, "I am so sorry, Haley. Audrey is always like this. I have no idea how to control her. She has been rude towards you. I hate that she treats you this way." William, you don't have to apologize on her behalf. None of this is your fault or Darren's. You two have been really nice to me. Trust me, that's enough for me. Haley, don't underestimate our mom. She can get really bad on you. We have had multiple experiences like this in the past. We all like you, so we don't want you to break up with Damon. Keep that in mind. Don't let Audrey win, no matter what she does. I kept Darren and William's words in mind. They were right, you know. Audrey did her best to make me and Damon break up. It really helped that Damon both knew Audrey's real face, so it was easier for us to find out who was trying to sabotage our relationship. At first, it was about I was a gold digger and her son deserved more. She used to insult my looks, job, weight, and many more things. Damon and I tried to talk to her about this. However, Audrey never accepted her faults. Every time we confronted her, she said, "Haley, you're doing this to insult and embarrass me. I have the right to look out for my son. You are just jealous of me." I'm not jealous of you, Audrey. How can I be jealous of Damon's mother? That is ridiculous. You are trying to avoid your part in trying to break us up. What you have been saying about me is just plain nasty. I'm doing this to protect my son, Damon. He needs to see what a horrible gold digger you are. I'm pretty sure you are with multiple people and only using Damon for money. You are not even beautiful. I won't allow a loser like you to ruin my son. Mom, that's too much. Everything you have said is a lie. I'm getting tired of listening to you insult Haley. She is a good girl and I love her. Please don't do this to us. Audrey never stopped and only escalated. She used to call Damon daily and fill his head with negatives about me. At times, when me and Damon are fighting, he ends up siding with his mother. However, he always realized his mistake and apologized. That is one of the main reasons why I still married Damon. Audrey was extremely unhappy with our marriage, but the rest of my in-laws were over the moon. Surprisingly, our marriage made Audrey become worse. I guess she couldn't believe that I stuck with Damon despite her efforts. Audrey continued to harass me and Damon throughout the years. I knew that she regularly talked to Damon because she was missing him or something. I didn't mind because over the years she had stopped being dramatic and toxic towards me. She was surprisingly a little civil towards me in family gatherings. Turns out William spoke to Audrey and threatened to leave her if she didn't change her ways. I guess she was a little spooked by that. I was enjoying the peace and quiet until me and Damon hit a rough patch. I had an unexpected miscarriage. We were both devastated. Damon withdrew himself and our communication broke down. We had many fights and even talked about divorce because he had a tough time dealing with the situation. But after a few days, Damon came to a realization. He told me, "I'm so sorry for being distant, Audrey. I should have done better. You were hurting and I acted like an ass." It's okay, Damon. I know you were hurting as well. I was just heartbroken when you mentioned divorce. I never thought about that before you said it. It really hurt me a lot. I cannot tell you how sorry I am, Haley. I know this doesn't take from my faults, but I wasn't the one who thought about divorce first. It was my mom who kept insisting. I don't want to keep this from you, Haley. There is something I need to confess. What is it, Damon? Is Audrey trying to ruin our marriage again? You are right, Haley. She has been calling me daily and poisoning me against you. I was vulnerable and didn't have the mental stability to catch her intentions, but I can now see that she was trying to manipulate me again. I have recorded the calls. Do you want to listen? I was curious and decided to hear what Audrey said about me. I had a sneaking suspicion that someone had been giving stupid ideas. Turns out it was Audrey. The call recordings I heard were outrageous. She was berating me for having a miscarriage and telling Damon that he should divorce me. Hell, she spoke some vile things about me and made it seem like Damon was better off without me. Instead of helping her son heal, she was trying to attack his insecurities and force him into divorcing me. I was furious with what I heard. Damon also looked mad and upset. He said, "I know what my mom said is absolutely unforgivable. Hell, even I don't know how I can forgive myself, but I am willing to cut contact with her for good. I agree with that, Damon. I let her stay in our lives because she is family, but she went too far this time. I won't forgive her. We never need to see or talk to her again. Hell, I don't want her around me either. I'll go and tell her that she will not be in our lives anymore. No, I don't think that would be enough. Audrey tried to fool William and Darren into thinking that she had changed. I want to expose her to them. I will show them the recordings next time we have a family dinner. I don't want her to spin the story her way. People need to know how vile she is. If that's what you want, then so be it. Mom needs to have some serious consequences for her actions. It's high time me and my family take some action against her. Damon and I decided to work towards a plan that would expose Audrey. He kept talking to her and she kept spewing bullshit against me. All the calls I heard made me want to hurl. Damon was also getting more and more upset. In every call recording, Damon tried to defend me, but his mother kept attacking me. Hell, she targeted our weak spots to show us that our marriage would fail soon. I was appalled at how vile and manipulative Audrey could be. The D-Day arrived in a week. We did our best to make a compilation of Audrey's calls and what she said about me. It took us time and was frustrating to hear everything again and again. In the end, we made a nice audio compilation. I asked Damon if he was sure about going through with the plan. He seemed determined, and so was I. Audrey was going down this time. Damon and I kept everyone in the dark till we reached my in-laws' place. From the very beginning, Audrey started to make hurtful remarks about me and my life. Everyone was very uncomfortable with her words and tried to make her stop. I suffered through the humiliation because I knew what was coming. We had dinner in relative silence with occasional jabs from Audrey. As usual, they were directly or indirectly about me and my flaws. Again, everyone ignored her. William was trying his best to make Audrey stop. That didn't deter her even the slightest. She went on making jabs at me until it was time for dinner. While dinner was awkward, the real show was about to begin. After we were done eating, I decided that it was time to begin talking. I said, "So, now that we have dinner out of the way, there is something important that I should discuss with you all." You don't have to hype yourself, Haley. We all know that your talks are absolutely unimportant. Just say what you want instead of wasting our time. Let her speak, Audrey. You are being super rude to her. This is not how we behave with family. Why so impatient, Audrey? You took your sweet time talking to Damon about me, didn't you? Don't worry, I won't take months to complete my talk. It will only take a few minutes. Go ahead, Haley. We're all ears. Well, I had some very important and disturbing problems in my life. I thought this is something we all should know about and discuss. But before starting any discussion, I would like to play a few recordings for you. I looked at Damon as he gave me the green signal to start the recordings. I held my breath for a minute to find my composure. Audrey sure does know how to rattle me when I'm trying to stay calm. Recalling everything she had said about me, I pressed the play button on my phone and let the recordings play. After listening to the recordings, no one said anything for some time. William and Darren looked absolutely shocked. Meanwhile, Audrey just looked super angry. I had no idea why she had that reaction. I mean, I expected her to look scared or turn pale, but she was downright angry at me. I looked at Damon and he was confused about her reaction as well. Nothing prepared me for what happened next. Before anyone could speak, Audrey started to scream at me. "This is ridiculous! Why the hell did you show my private calls to everyone, Haley? You had no right to snoop on what I and my son talked about. You are such a shameless girl. I can't believe your audacity." Oh, don't worry about that, Audrey. Damon okayed it before I showed everyone the recordings. In fact, He is the one who made the recordings with me. There is no way my son would betray me like that. You are just jealous of me and Damon's close relationship. So you're trying to poison us against each other. Damon, I'm so sorry your wife violated your privacy like this. Mom, she had my permission to show these recordings to everyone. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm done with you. I truly never realized just how badly you were trying to destroy my marriage. How can you even say that about me? I have done nothing wrong. I was simply talking to my son. Is that so, Audrey? Do these recordings sound like normal conversations to you? No one here would believe that you weren't trying to break us up. This is all part of your plan. You are purposefully trying to isolate Damon and take him away from me. See, everyone? I always knew Haley would destroy our family. For a while, there was a pin-drop silence again. I could see that Damon, William, and even Darren looked really pissed off. I could feel the anger boiling off them. Audrey looked irritated and pretended to be disturbed by my accusations. Then, my dear husband stormed at Audrey. Damon said, "You have the audacity to accuse Haley of destroying our family? You are the one who tried to destroy my marriage, Mom. You tried to spoil your own son's happiness. You guys have to believe me. I only had good intentions. Haley is putting ideas into your head. I can't believe you turned on Haley because she exposed you. Mom, you literally told me that I should divorce my wife and move back home. How can you say you had good intentions? Damon, I was only looking out for you. I didn't want you to be unhappy. I know Haley is a terrible wife and your marriage is ruined. Mom, I told you I'm perfectly happy in my marriage. How dare you say that Haley is a bad wife? If anyone is trying to ruin my marriage, it is you. I'm done with you, Mom. I don't want you anywhere near me or my wife. We have gone through enough already. Leave us alone. Audrey heard that and immediately started to cry. She couldn't believe that her son would stand up to her just to protect me. She kept pleading with her son to listen to her and understand her reasons. She also went on a rant about how horrible I was and how she had been right about me. That's when my dear father-in-law decided to speak. He said, "Enough is enough, Audrey. I have tolerated your insane jealousy towards Haley for a while now. It was my mistake that I didn't nip it in the bud sooner. You need to apologize to Haley and stay out of Damon's life." What are you saying, William? I will not apologize to that monster, Haley. How can you ask me to apologize? She's trying to ruin my family. You are the one trying to ruin this family, Audrey. For years, you have meddled in and messed up your son's relationships. You are responsible for the numerous breakups that Damon and Darren had in their lives. I always thought that you would change. You never did. That is right, Mom. You cannot deny the fact that you have chased away the girls who I bring home. You have done the same with Damon. We always believed you because you're our mother. But now I can see that you simply wanted us in your control. How can you be so evil to your own sons? There is no use telling Mom anything, Darren. I already tried to stop her and change her ways. She never listened. You are all blaming me for what Haley did. I will never forgive you for this, Haley. I can now see why God made you infertile. It's his way of punishing you. I was stunned to hear what Audrey said. I had no idea how bad her tirade against me could get. Everyone was shocked while Audrey went on crying and playing the victim. Damon was ready to break something while Darren looked at his dad with a challenging face. William stood up and calmly said, "That's it, Audrey. That was the last thing I needed to make this decision. I cannot be with someone so vile and disgusting. I failed to protect my son from your toxic ways, but I won't tolerate this anymore. I will file for separation. I'm done with you as well. Don't even think about coming near me or Haley after this. You are dead to me, Mom. I want nothing to do with you. Like Damon, I don't want you near me either. You have already tried to poison me against my girlfriend. Now that I saw how far you can go, I will protect myself and my future fiancé. Stay the heck away from us. Hearing this, Audrey went into an absolute rage. She was crying, screaming, and calling me all sorts of names. Suddenly, her sons and husband were completely forgotten. She started to show her true colors and became violent at me. She did hurt me quite a bit by pushing me into the kitchen cabinet. That's when William actually called the police on her. Darren and Damon kept Audrey restrained while the police arrived. They came and took her away in handcuffs. The aftermath of the entire fiasco was not exactly a happy one. For months, me, Damon, Darren, and William had to go through a lot. William initially wanted separation, but he went and filed for divorce. Audrey's insanity kept increasing while she was in jail. She kept crying and begging to meet with her husband and sons. She was still unapologetic about what happened. So with everyone's encouragement, I pressed charges against her. It looks like she will have a healthy dose of prison in the next month. At least that's what the lawyer says. No one is willing to help Audrey with bail money, so she would have to stay in the cell till the final hearing. As for the rest of us, we have all gotten restraining orders against Audrey. After the incident, both Damon and Darren were scared for their significant others. They wanted to ensure our safety and put restraining orders in place. William is close to getting a divorce from Audrey as well. His lawyer has assured that the divorce will be swift. The best part is that Audrey can't claim alimony because of a post-nup they signed. Turns out William had been skeptical about their marriage a few years into it, so they decided on a post-nup. This means Audrey would have to go back to work once she gets out of jail. William is heartbroken because he spent almost a lifetime with Audrey. We are all supporting him while we recover from what Audrey subjected us to.